You've heard it a million times, right? To lose weight, you gotta eat clean. That means no pizza, no donuts, basically no fun. But what if I told you that scientifically speaking, that's not exactly the whole truth? What if you could actually shed pounds while eating nothing but junk?
So here's the big question. Can you really get leaner eating stuff like Twinkies, Oreos, and donuts? Well, today we're going to put this wild idea to the test. We're going to use the scientific method to get to the bottom of weight loss, junk food, and the laws of physics that govern it all.
First up, let's talk about the hypothesis. And it all starts not in a kitchen, but with a fundamental law of physics. The core idea here is that weight loss isn't really about food labels, good versus bad. It's just about energy.
And that brings us to the most important concept of all, the calorie deficit. This whole thing is governed by the first law of thermodynamics, which basically says energy can't just be created or destroyed. In the world of nutrition, we have a simple name for this: CICO, calories in, calories out. It is, without a doubt, the undisputed king of weight loss.
Think about your body like a biological battery. If you put more energy in from food than you burn out through daily activity, your body stores that extra energy as fat for later. It's efficient. But if you consistently put less energy in than you burn, your body has absolutely no choice but to start tapping into those stored fat reserves for fuel.
So the really crucial point is this: your body doesn't know if the calories are coming from a chicken breast or from a chocolate bar. It just sees units of energy. There isn't some magical junk food sensor that automatically flags a slice of pizza and sends it straight to your hips. To your body, it's all just fuel.
Okay, so a hypothesis is just an idea until you actually test it. And believe it or not, a nutrition professor did exactly that. He conducted one of the most famous, or maybe infamous, diet experiments of all time.
Back in 2010, a professor at Kansas State University named Mark Haub decided to see what would happen if he ate a diet that was mostly Twinkies, donuts, and other sugary snacks for 10 weeks straight. The key, though, was that he maintained a strict calorie deficit the entire time.
And the result? Honestly, it was staggering. In just 2 months, Professor Haub lost 27 pounds. Yeah, you heard that right. 27 pounds. Gone. All while being fueled by snack cakes. It's pretty wild.
But here's where it gets even crazier. Look at what happened to his health mark. You'd expect them to be a total disaster, wouldn't you? Well, his bad cholesterol, the LDL, actually dropped by 20%, and his good cholesterol went up. Why? Because losing excess body fat, no matter how you do it, can really reduce the strain on your body.
So, case closed, right? Junk food for everybody. Well, not so fast. Just because the experiment worked doesn't mean it's a good idea. Now we need to get to the analysis and break down why this is a diet you should never, ever try. Which, of course, leads us to the big question. Is this the ultimate diet hack we've all been searching for? The short answer, a massive, resounding no. See, losing weight is one thing, but being healthy, that's a whole different ballgame.
There are some huge hidden costs to this kind of approach. We're going to break down the 3 biggest biological reasons this diet is doomed to fail for pretty much everyone. Something called the satiety trap, a major lack of essential nutrients, and this little thing called the thermic effect of food.
First, let's talk about satiety. That's the feeling of being full and satisfied. Junk food is what we call hyperpalatable. It tastes amazing, but it has very little volume. You can easily eat 500 calories of cookies and be rummaging through the pantry an hour later. But 500 calories of chicken, broccoli, and rice, you're gonna feel full for hours. Trust me, fighting constant hunger is a battle you will eventually lose.
Next up, and this one is a really big deal, micronutrients. Your body needs vitamins and minerals to function. Without them, you might be losing weight on the scale, but your energy levels are gonna crash, your hair might start to thin, and your immune system is gonna take a hit. You'll be thinner, sure, but you're gonna feel absolutely awful.
And finally, there's the thermic effect of food, or TEF. Get this, your body actually uses energy just to digest the food you eat. And it takes way more energy for your body to break down complex stuff like protein and fiber than it does simple sugars. So you actually get a small metabolic advantage just by choosing whole foods. It's like a tiny little bonus.
So, what have we learned from all this? We've seen that the physics of weight loss are undeniable, but the biology, well, that's way more complicated. Let's try to put all of this together into a conclusion that you can actually use in the real world.
Let's be absolutely crystal clear on this one point. Professor Haub's crazy experiment proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you want to lose weight, a calorie deficit is the only thing that scientifically matters. Full stop. It is the king.
But, and this is maybe the most important takeaway of this entire explainer, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. It is not sustainable, it is definitely not healthy, and honestly, it's just not very enjoyable to be hungry and tired all the time.
And that brings us to a much smarter, much more balanced way of thinking about this. The 80-20 rule. The idea is really simple. About 80% of your calories come from whole, nutrient-dense foods, the stuff that fuels your body and keeps your organs happy. And the other 20%? Well, that's for the junk food, the soul food, the stuff that just makes life a little more enjoyable.
So, if the whole idea of clean and dirty foods is basically a myth, what should we focus on instead? Well, the science suggests the answer is really two things. First, maintain a sensible energy balance for your goals, and second, prioritize foods that are packed with nutrients for your long-term health. That right there is the real secret.